Hey guys, Red Panda Mining here. Hope you're doing well. Having a really great day this video. All right, I got 2 boxes here in which I ordered 8 new, to me, GPUs. And we're gonna open them up today and I'm gonna talk about the reasoning as to why I bought these. Can you guys guess which 8 GPUs I bought? I'll give you some time. Comment down below. If you comment down below, I'll choose a winner for 2 petahash for 2 hours for Bitcoin rental hash rate from Brains Hash Power. Thanks to them for that. Just comment down below which GPUs you guys think I got. I'll give you a couple seconds. Come on, comment down below. Obviously you'll know which GPU I bought in like 10 seconds. So here we go. I got, you know what? Before I unpack them, let me just quickly, tear this off and you guys will see the GPU in a snap here. Just give me a sec. I can't, I'm not doing POV, so I gotta hold my camera, so give me a sec. 3, 2, 1. Okay, can you guys guess what this is? It is a NVIDIA Tesla V100. And specifically the type of VRAM this has is HBM2, 16 gigabytes of HBM2 memory. This is based on the Volta architecture from NVIDIA, and I believe they made these GPUs back in like 2017, so it's quite an old GPU. I believe it's actually the same architecture as the CMP 170HX, but the 170HX doesn't have the tensor cores enabled like the V100 16 gigabyte card here does. So this GPU is actually amazing for, AI workloads, inference, all that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping to rent these GPUs out on Vast.ai, and I'm just going to go through my reasonings why in this video why I got these. And this is not a video to persuade all you guys to go out and buy these GPUs for AI, because these GPUs, there's no fans in them, okay? So these are like passively cooled GPUs, so you definitely need server cases, and I have the perfect server case for these GPUs, these gigabyte servers, which initially actually were meant for the NVIDIA V100s, okay? So this server case I have here, which you guys know over the past couple weeks, I have been building them out, and I built the 3070 rig, I built a 3080 rig, which is now rented. I actually just took this off SimplePod, I put it on Vast.ai, and now it is completely rented. I'll show you guys later. But yeah, I'm hoping to add that V100 rig. And I know some of you are gonna ask, Red Panda, how come you didn't just buy 10 and not why 8? Well, I wanted to buy 10, but the seller on eBay only had 8. So I'll put on the screen here how much I paid in Canadian. It's about, what, $420 or $400 Canadian-ish, around there, plus shipping and all that, taxes. So they're really not an expensive GPU. And I'm also going to explain why I got these GPUs versus maybe like newer edge ones, maybe versus like a 5060 Ti or something like that. I'll talk about that after. So let me just unbox all these GPUs. So I'll do that right after today's sponsor.
Enterprise AI is the biggest money story of the decade, and it's been closed to you until now. Terra Compute builds enterprise-grade dual epic GPU servers. After 3 years of R&D at their own data center, Terra Compute is now open for business. Hosted in their own data center at a former US military base in Indiana on a locked utility rate no marketplace can touch. You buy, we host, no monthly fees, we rent it to enterprise buyers who pay a premium, and you earn more than the regular platforms currently out there. If we don't rent it, we don't get paid. Write the whole purchase off with Section 179, and at the end of your contract, if you're not happy, we ship the server to your door. You own real hardware, real data center, fast deployment, real returns. Inquire through a special form, link in the video description below. Terra Compute, infrastructure as a service.
All right. Unpack them all. Man, these are beautiful cards. But unfortunately, I realized something when I looked at the PCIe, I guess the bracket, okay, it is not gonna fit in the gigabyte server. Okay, there's this, I don't know what this is. This is like a proprietary thing. And I tried to fit it in, slot it in, and it definitely will not slot in because of this whatever this piece is here at the top. It's like this part here does not fit into the holes where normally screws go in. So that is gonna be an issue, and I was just talking to Mr. Swamp 7. He said that actually, since I have like 48 CMP 100 210s, which apparently are the same bracket for the V100s here, I can just replace them. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the barn later, offline, and see if those brackets will fit on here. Then I can fit these GPUs in the server. So I'm not gonna put them in these GPUs in the server today. That'll be for another video. But also I'm gonna unscrew this back part here. Looks like there's another. Look at that. This part here is another bracket for the back. And the power is EPS, which is good. So that's gonna bode well for the existing power cabling, which I don't need to change. So this is gigabyte EPS going into EPS already. So these will already work into the GPU. Well, you know what? Let me, before I say that now, but let me just, here, let me try one. Make sure it slots in, and it does. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Just perfect. Okay, thank God. So I don't need to worry about getting any adapters or anything like that. Okay, that's good. All right, so now let's just talk about quickly the reasoning why I bought these versus maybe, let's say, RTX 5060 Ti 16 gigabyte cards. So right now, Canadian, those are like what, $800, $900 Canadian plus tax, so almost $1,000 for one 5060 Ti 16 gigabyte card. And I was looking at these because the rental rate, according to hashrate.no, is anywhere between 8 cents and 20 cents an hour per V100. And then I looked at the 5060 Ti's. Those are also rented between 8 and like 15 cents an hour. So the rental rate is about the same, or it is almost pretty much the same, depending how much you rent it for. So the price difference is where I was comparing. Okay, so these V100s, I bought them for about 400 Canadian each. And so if you look at a 5060 Ti, that's like almost close to 1,000. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna spend half the amount of money and be able to get 8 versus buying, 8 5060 Ti's, which will cost double the price. So I was like, you know what, let me try these V100s versus, 8 5060 Ti's. I was really close on buying 8 RTX 5060 Ti's. Like I was ready to spend like $8,000-$9,000 Canadian, but I was like, no. I saw this option, and I know it's much older generation. I don't know if these are gonna rent well. I don't know if I'm gonna have that ability. But just recently, like I've actually been having pretty good luck. Like I have fiber internet, I have static IP. I have all my machines I've been putting on Vast have been getting verified within like 1 or 2 days, which is utterly amazing. So I think I have the capability to be able to run servers or multi GPU servers, which the one I have here, my 3080 rig, which I had on SimplePod, it was getting rented here and there, not very much, but then when I put it on Vast, it got instantly rented. And so if I can get that V100 server up, this machine could potentially earn me between $25 and like $40 a day. It depends on how much storage they use and also the bandwidth as well, so I can earn some money on that. You can apparently earn pretty good money on storage. So I do have a 4 terabyte Samsung NVMe that I'm gonna couple into the server for these GPUs. So I'm hoping that this rig could ROI within like 4 to 6 months, depending on how much it's rented for. So that's why I bought these. I don't know if it's gonna be successful or not. I'll keep you guys updated, of course. So yeah, that's why I got those GPUs. Plus, this is PCIe 3.0 X16, and so those GPUs, those V100 16 gigabyte cards will work perfect in this system. And yeah, I can take advantage of the full X16 PCIe lanes for those GPUs on this gigabyte server, so that will hopefully do well. I do want to find 2 more so that I can fill the top. Okay, so I did take out the bracket, so this server can actually fit 10 of these V100s. So if I can find 2 more, which I'm trying to find 2 more 16 gigabyte V100s, if anyone has any leads, let me know. And if I can fit 2 more at the top here, then I'll have a 10 by V100 16 gigabyte server. So I've been finding that people are willing to rent multi GPU setups because they're actually running a large language model. They want to parallelize all the VRAM on the GPUs together and create this, you know, massive pool of memory for their large language model, which could be a very high, you know, multi-billion parameter language model, whatever. I'm not an expert in that at all, but that's just what I read on people that are renting servers, because they are combining the GPU memory in parallel so that it can do LLM, whatever that they're doing, to load it into the GPU memory. So I thought that was really cool, and I think that's why my 3080 rig was rented quite fast. Let me show you like what it says per hour earning right now. So here's my Vast.ai, specifically on this server, okay, the 8 by RTX 3080. Another great thing is on Vast, on my 3080 rig, they're not using that much power. Okay, I'll show you in a second. But yeah, it's rented, and currently I have it rented at 0.075 cents an hour per 3080. So combined, that's about 0.609 an hour for the whole server. So roughly, I think that's gonna earn me about $14.61 a day on this server, which is, it's not a lot. Okay, it's nothing crazy, but at least these 3080s, which are quite old, it is rented. Maybe like a, you know, these days a singular 5090 could be rented and at $14 or more. But you know, I could rent this 3080 rig out more, but I just looked at the 8 GPU rigs on Vast and I just put the lowest price compared to anyone, and I just wanted to see if it would work. And yeah, it seems to be working. Okay, I was gonna show you guys my power, but I can't get in there. But I'm currently, my 3070 rig and 3080 rig, I'm using about, collectively, I don't know if you guys can see it, but collectively it's about 1500 watts for both the servers. If they were fully loaded, both, you know, utilizing all the power, it would be like 6,000 watts or something. So yeah, whatever the guy is using right now, renting this 3080 rig, he's not using that much power currently, which is great. So, you know, at $14 a day, $15 a day, maybe the power usage for me, that power I have to spend is maybe like $1.50, $2 at most currently at his power usage on the rig. So anyways, guys, I'm excited. So what is next? So I have to, I gotta change out the processors on these Gigabyte servers because they have Intel Xeon Bronze CPUs, and then I'm gonna put them in. I got Xeon Golds 6152s, the 44 core ones, and then I gotta change out the RAM. I gotta add in more RAM on each server, which I have a ton of RAM that I can retrofit on these servers, and then put in the GPUs. No, I need to go in my barn and check for the brackets, if the IO brackets can be changed out on these from my CMP 100 210s. So then I can put these in. Okay, so stay tuned. That'll be for the next video. Okay guys, I think that's it. That's all I wanted to do, just to announce these GPUs that I got. Let me know what you guys think down below. Did I just waste, you know, 3,400 Canadian for my American friends? I'll put it on the screen. Did I waste money buying these? Well, we'll see. I'm gonna see if these can get rented, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so let me know your guys' thoughts again for the 2 petahash for 2 hours, Brains hash power. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good one. Peace out. Peace out. Yeah, there's no fans. Heat sink, the air just goes straight through. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool.